I have been in Canada for 20 years now. I came in December 1994 from the Philippines. For both my husband and myself, it was a hard decision to come to Canada. We were both professionals, doing well in our work, but my husband's sister was here. At that time, you could still sponsor your siblings, so she applied to sponsor us. It was an opportunity for our family. We were confident that we could do it, as we were well educated. We arrived in the middle of winter of 1994. We were very isolated. Our first month was sad, except for attending Filipino parties. We brought our 5 kids. The eldest was 15 and the youngest was 7 years old. We had done our research. I was a practicing urban planner with a master's degree. I came to Canada full of hope. It was a big challenge finding work in Canada. Getting an urban planning licensure, you need 2 years experience in a planning field. Chicken and egg. I had to fast-track my career. I had 5 kids. What if they all went to university? The first few positions I applied for were related to my background, and I got interviews, but they needed someone really familiar with the Canadian context. I attended a settlement orientation program, and they advised me to volunteer to become familiar with the Canadian workplace and build networks. For a whole year, I volunteered for 3 different organizations, but I never got an offer. I was working so hard as a volunteer, showing my best work, and I spoke good English. So what was wrong with me? So I downgraded my qualifications on my resume, leaving out my master's degree. I applied at Superstore, IGA, all the retail stores, but I still got no offers. I even went to a temp agency and failed my typing test. That really crushed me. I knew I could never get an office job. It was not my training back home. I was not a secretary. My typing is still bad. I didn't tell my family back home that I wasn't working. I felt so ashamed. I lost my confidence. I thought I didn't have any value anymore. I thought it was a dead end for me. Then I met someone who was in university, and that's how I got the idea to go back to school. I thought a Canadian education might open doors for me. In 1997, I tried applying for a doctoral program at the U of A and got accepted. I got a job as a research assistant for just over minimum wage. I needed my husband's help with childcare and making money. Then I met Yvonne Chu. She was just starting a project on perinatal health education for immigrant moms. I helped her by writing proposals for other projects that might bring funding for their work until the Multicultural Health Brokers got off the ground as a workers' co-op. Once it did, I shared the executive director's position with Yvonne for 10 years. I also ended up at Grant MacEwan for 3 or 4 years. That offer to teach wouldn't have come if I hadn't finished school. I tell newcomers to invest in 2 or 3 years of school or education. School is a much safer place to learn about Canadian culture than in the workplace. You still need to work hard, but if you fail, you only fail a course instead of getting fired. The networks I built in school led to job offers. Education was the game changer for me. I don't know how I survived it, but I did. And the level of confidence I gained from having finished my Canadian education was very valuable for me. This is what I can say about Canada too. If you can get into something that provides opportunities, you can make it. If you meet the right people in the right places, you can lift yourself.